Hey everybody, Kevin Murphy with Randy Hauser Tour. Starting rehearsals today for 2014. I got my green sauce. Let's talk about dork stuff. So this year, we have chicken. This year I'm using my Sonar SQ2 kit that I pulled out of storage. That's perfect for the sound. These were beautiful and they sounded great, so I decided to use them this year. It's not an endorsement thing. They're just awesome drums, so they're on the road. Vader sticks, currently a big pile of old Chris McHugh's, but generally use wood tip 2Bs. Aquarian heads, Super 2s on these jams, high energies on the snare. If you hit hard and you want the sensitivity and the crack and the body, it's the only head for you. Every other head I smoke through in a song or two, and that gets very pricey. I've had a lot of questions and DMs asking me about my Ableton rig, so here goes. We hired my good friend Ben Jackson to come help me get up to speed with Ableton. I'm good with Pro Tools, they're not the same. And he actually liked the way I wanted it set up, which is I have a handful of songs in the set that I don't use click for at all. Randy or I start it and we all just kind of go. And there's a few that just have click, nothing flown in, and there are 3 that have loops. Goodnight Kiss, Running Out of Moonlight, and something else. Anyway, Ableton is running on my laptop through a PreSonus interface, and the SPD really only acts as a trigger for the Ableton rig. So I have a kill switch down here. I start my click, and when I start the click, it's the only pad that starts exactly with me, and it begins the click. I didn't want to be smashing 4 notes at the top of the song or clicking my sticks or yelling at the band. Our lighting director, Sparky, is 200 feet away because this year we'll be in sheds and arenas, and we wanted a nice, crisp start. So what we have is a pre-recorded version of me counting to the guys, and everyone has it in their ears, but it doesn't go to the mains. So I fire this, and when I think the guys are ready, the click's going. When Randy's got his drink or everybody's toweled off, I hit this button, and they hear 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's what they hear. The beauty of Ableton is that if you hit the pads, if you trigger the next sample that you want, you can strike at any point in the prior bar to where you want it to begin, and it will start. So when I hit this going, and I have this 1, 2, 1, 2, I hit that, and the song will start there, and I play along. Now that song has a loop at the top where I do a vamp, so I do this. So playing along with this. Right? And the song starts. If you're starting out trying to fire loops and things like that, you'd be stupid not to use Ableton. Pro Tools is a mess live, and quite honestly, it's a little daunting at first. It's scary. I know I had a little learning curve, but once you dip your toe in it, you'll be doing cannonballs off the high dive before you know it. The other thing I wanted to show you, because I've had a lot of questions, this little guy is a Magnatone snare drum, and there are two fellas in Boston, Rich and Artie, who make these drums. They made this organic snare drum for me, which is my primary, and I love it. It's mahogany and brass. It's my favorite drum in the world, and there's only one of them. So I like it. This guy is great for a couple reasons. We wanted to facilitate being able to change the tone of your drum as often as you wanted to, quickly. And for me, they really helped out in snare head breakage, because I will blow through a snare head and I'll be stuck. Here's what they did. They sliced the drum in half like a bagel, basically, and they recessed magnets into the shells. So basically, you've got this drum, so if you're playing, you can use it as a loop drum. And that's for one song. And if you want to change that drum in between songs, what I'll do is you grab it and you twist it, and it comes apart. And when it comes apart, you can replace that with something completely different. The drum, the magnet, the earth magnets hold it together, and then you've got a ballad where you can song, you want it to go back to the lead snare, and you pop it off, and you pop this guy back on, and you're back to your guy. Pretty cool, right? Magnatone drums, check them out. They're doing great stuff. People have asked what my pad here is for. Occasionally, my daughter will Skype me during the shows, and I'll let her watch on that. But I just have notes down here, that cues for songs that Randy wants to change or whatever, or little notes to myself so I don't, don't forget something. I think I covered it all. Peisty cymbals, because Peisty cymbals, I rock them, I love them, love those guys. Other than that, I hope to see you out there this year. The next couple months are with Justin Moore on the Off the Beaten Path tour, and then we do some other fun stuff with a couple other big folk, and looks to be a good year. So come join us. Take care.